Well, good night, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to Red Zone in the UK. Let me tell you something about Phoenix. You know what? We're gonna talk about it when we open up the show. But we are pre-gaming um, the matchup today between the Washington Commanders and the Arizona Cardinals. Me and Scouts today. Christian is still under the weather. Let's get to it. Good afternoon to you, Scouts. How are you today?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you doing at what? 4 in the morning? Is it over
yeah,
there?
yeah, man.
That's painful, that bro.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's kind of crazy because the 3 hour difference it is it throws you off. It definitely throws you off, man. Like just being over here while they on the East Coast. So I know how I feel for you all. When
Yeah,
we
it's
on the
painful.
East Coast, man, sheesh, it's something,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Um,
Is it hot out there, mate?
it's obnoxious. It's and my sister keep telling me, you get used to it. You get used to it. Like how? Like you can't breathe when you get out the car, right? You barely can walk because it's just so hot, right? So it's like, and then you got the desert around you. So just looking at the desert, looking at the mountains, like I don't know, 20 yards away from you, it looks like it's like 20 degrees hotter. Just looking at it. They had an excessive heat warning yesterday. I mean, it's so hot out here. You know how like a lot of restaurants they have outside seating.
Hmm.
So they have outside seating, but it's outside, but it's still covered. And they got like water sprinklers on. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
like sprinklers be on, like mist while you're out on the back. Like no, I don't want to go out there if I have to have water sprinkled on my food. Like I don't want to have to do that. Morning, Sky. How you doing, buddy?
That's crazy, that, mate. It's crazy.
So as far as the weather is concerned, like Scouts, if they wasn't in a dome, I'd be watching it right from here. That's how hot it is. I would have came all the way over here just to watch it in the house. Um, yeah, so it is in a dome. It's a retractable dome, so I'm sure they'll have it closed today. But just for y'all want to know, it's going to be 106 degrees today,
Oh,
104 tomorrow, 107 Tuesday, 104, 101, 110, 110, whole lot of 100s for the rest of the week here um, in Phoenix. And they practice indoors, right? We practice indoors while we was here at ASU, and they practice indoors. So,
oh, okay. That's good.
so like if you think about it, there's really not an advantage as far as how they say weather and practicing in it. You get accustomed to it. They don't practice in this stuff, Scouts.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't practice in this stuff, Scouts. All right, let's get to it, man. Do you remember when the Cardinals used to be in the NFC East?
Oh, yeah, man. Quite a while ago now, but yeah. Do you remember that? I always thought, why the hell are they in our division? To the side of the country. But but yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it was always crazy. I've seen like a lot of like some folks kind of rearrange the divisions in the NFL. So I doubt if they ever do that. Like it is what it is. All right, so let's get into it, Scouts. What are some key matchups for today?
I mean, trying to think really, because obviously the biggest one for me is going to be, our corners up against Marvin Harrison. So As we know, our corners have been getting toasted all season long so far. And Harrison's just like a mismatch. He's massive, isn't he? He's so big. He's so tall, man, so fast. So it's going to be so difficult to stop him. Depending if it is St. Ghost or it is Davis or Forbes with his thumb back or whatever it is. You know, the thing is as well is that Forbes is coming back with a dodgy thumb. So it's kind of like, you know, he's already bad enough without a bad thumb, you know? So we don't need this extra negativity. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm worried, man. I'm definitely worried about the matchup with anyone up against Harrison, to be fair, today. What are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so Kyler Murray looks for him a lot. I expect him to have plus 10 targets today. But you can hit him, right? Like I watched the game. Let's say last week he had some drops when he's like covered pretty well. Because Kyler's going to force some, right? He's going to throw the double coverage. He's going to throw off balance, and he's going to force some to him, especially with his number 2 target, Trey McBride, not there. Because I think Marvin Harrison has a couple more receptions than him. So him not being there for Kyler Murray is definitely important. And I want to ask you a question about Trey McBride and Eckler after this. But for me, the matchups is, can our can we see something from our pass rushers? Right, they're down tackles. I think they're going to elevate 2 practice squad tackles with some guys that are severely inexperienced up today. So then that'll be it for them as far as their tackles. So can we create pressure? I mean, I know they have Paris Johnson, who they moved to right tackle, who's okay. So, but can we finally see something from our edge rushers today?
I hope so, because there's we've not seen much of the guy from Dallas that we got in preseason.
You seem like he's been inactive.
Yeah, yeah. You might as well put an IR next to him because he's just done nothing so far. So, yeah, man. I expected more from him, to be fair, being that he was our main acquisition for reasonable money as well per year. Expect a bit more from him, Darren Armstrong. Yeah, man. And every week we're going to say the same things about, the interior pass rush as well. Talking about Allen and Payne, and are those guys actually producing? And at the moment, not a lot, to be fair. I mean, Allen's been disappointing. I mean, I know sometimes they're getting double teamed, but it's like, come on, you've got to do better, man. So and I've seen that Allen just take plays off, which really pisses me off. So so it's kind of like you rely on your best guys, your well-paid guys, but they're not really doing a lot, especially on defense, man. It's been bad. It's been bad.
Yeah. Morning, Glenn. Morning, Glenn. What it do, baby? Yeah, it's a big game today. And the thing with Allen is, I know, like that last drive last week, when Burrow was scrambling, like a lot of people was on Allen about kind of taking that play off and not, pursuing. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a little break, right? It was the last drive. They was running no huddle. They wasn't able to sub, long game, night game. So, blah, blah, blah. But, man, when I went back and watched the tape, from the first to the fourth quarter, he just does not hustle opposite side of the play. If it's not going to his side, he is not hustling to get to the other side. And that right there is an issue. And that's more to the player wanting to put it all on the line, wanting to go out there and hustle for his guys. So I think something is going on with Allen. I really do.
100%. I mean, was it last? I think it was week 1 where he went after we got beat. He just walked off. He didn't even hang out with his teammates afterwards. He just ran onto the bus. Didn't even get a shower. Like what's going on with those things? There's something not right there with Allen. I don't know if it's his contract situation, so he doesn't want to put the effort in. But the thing is, he's still getting paid quite a lot of money this year. So it's like, mate, come on, you got to earn your corn, and he's not earning it at the moment. He's just, as you say, he's taking plays off. He's not hustling the other side of the ball. It's just like, I'd rather at this moment I'd trade him, even for like a fourth or something, anything. Just because he's just not producing. I'd rather give somebody who's willing to give it all, even if they might not be as good. So, like, say, a Mathis, or if Ridgway was still here, I think I'd like him to take that position, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm not impressed at all. I'm not impressed, but especially as one of your leaders and your highest paid players, you got to expect to be, doing the business, and he's not.
Exactly. What's up, Cuzzo? And Mathis has played better, right? I think this has been his best 3 games that he's played. Especially
been hurt. I suppose that's
I mean, well, he played a lot last year, but still, it was like he was hurt because he wasn't, out there. But yeah, I definitely think Allen is definitely gonna be in those discussions. I'm thinking that he probably wanted a new deal in the offseason, and they said no. So that might be an issue that we just haven't heard about.
And if that's the case, you don't play him. Do you know what I mean? Like if he's not willing to give it everything, I'd rather have Mathis start and have him on the bench.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I know it might cause more problems with media and questions asked, but I'd rather do that. Saying,
I don't think they care about the media and the fans for moves that they're making.
Oh, yeah, if that's the case, well, then bench him. Bench
Allen.
Not
making. Yeah.
Bench
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, even if they decrease the snap count, I think even that will ruffle some feathers and put some eyes on if they start decreasing the snap count even more. And I think they probably will. But the emergence of Newton, he's just getting better and better. The more he plays, the more he comes around and get in NFL shape. They even employed a lot of, all 3 of them was on the field. So they want to have Newton out there. So let's go back. I want to go to like the Trey McBride and Eckler, both of them being out. Both of them are major pieces to their offense. For me, Scouse, I think it's a bigger hurt for the Cardinals and McBride because of the fact that those 2 guys between Marvin Harrison and McBride is like the offense. And I know they have James Conner, but he's kind of hit and miss, but you have to tackle him because he can have a big day. But when it comes to us, Jane Daniels showed in the second half when we didn't have Eckler that he can still move the ball down the field.
Yeah, 100%. McBride was a beast, and he would have been the guy, if you said before about matchups, he would have destroyed us. I'm so glad he's not playing. Being honest, I'm so glad he's not playing. So he's actually very underrated as a receiver, man. He really is good. And yeah, I'm pleased he's not playing. So thanks whoever gave him the concussion. But yeah, man. I mean, Eckler's going to be a miss, definitely. The short passing game, those type things, runs out to the flats. Those things are going to be kind of important. I mean, yes, could Jaden move the ball without Eckler? Yes, he did. But B-Rob got stuffed. Do you know what I mean? So they shut down B-Rob, basically, the team played last week.
Bengals.
The Bengals, they stopped them. So made Jaden beat us with his arm, which obviously he did. So great that he did, and obviously with his own legs. So it's going to be more the same this week, I think, as well. You're going to see B-Rob probably get stuffed, and then you're going to need Jaden to use his legs more, and then obviously, hopefully, find his targets, find a bit more McCaffrey, those type things, because he's getting open. He's just not being fed just yet. But I'm hoping like that this week could be the week for him.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised they brought up Rodriguez and that Wiley.
That's a seniority thing.
Yeah, and I also think like it's more McNichols is looking to get a lot of those Eckler reps, possibly, and Rodriguez is going to be the person that's going to kind of come in for B-Rob when they want to kind of run in between the tackles, because I don't think that's the difference between McNichols and Eckler. Like Eckler can run in between the tackles. I don't think they're comfortable with McNichols running in between the tackles. That's why I think they made the move with Rodriguez and not Wiley, because Wiley, even though I think Wiley can run in between the tackles, like he showed that in the preseason, but I think with their experience thing, they say, hey, look, let's go ahead and get, because look, Rodriguez he's on the line, right? Will he be here next year? Right. So they want to make sure they stay seeing everything out of him as far as the future. All right. Keys to win. How do we win this game, Scouse?
Well, defense has got to step up. I mean, even just make 1 or 2 stops compared to like none that we had last week. So, even the small incremental improvements there, just an extra 2% each player. Obviously more hustle. Also, need to stop Kyler. I mean, he runs around a lot in the backfield, and our rush isn't that fast. Do you know what I mean? To be able to keep up with him, I think that's the hard part because you want to try and keep him within the box in the what you call it lost trail of thought now. The pocket.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you want to keep him in the pocket because obviously he's short. It's hard to throw the ball in between your players rather than higher up if you're taller. But we know he's so elusive. That's the hard part of keeping him in the pocket. And our guys aren't very good at keeping guys in the pocket. The holding contain on the outside, so they're not very good at it. So it's difficult. The idea is, can you keep him in the pocket? If you keep him in the pocket, you've got a good chance. Okay, but yeah, it's going to be difficult to do that. To be fair, but that's one of the main keys for me. If you can upset him, if you can get him, making loads of mistakes, that's the way to do. That's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Containing, look, we have shown with this defense that the number one wide receiver is going to get plus 100. All right, cool. I'm not even focusing on that no more. Like, just go ahead and just plus 100. Hopefully, you keep them under 2 touchdowns, keep them under 150 yards. But containing Kyler Murray, not to let no one else beat us. Containing, spying, containing aggressively though. Don't just walk up so he can just sit there in the pocket and
you got to get on the chase
because he can throw the ball. He can shred you throwing the football too, but still like pursuit. Louvu, hopefully Louvu is spying him. Louvu or Percy or one of those guys is spying him every play and hit him. Every time you have an opportunity, hit him. Not when he's sliding or giving up, but if he's up and he's running, hit him. So he can think about it again and try to stay in the pocket. But I'm definitely there with you, Scouse, as far as our keys to winning this game. What about on the offensive side?
I mean, it's going to be very difficult to produce the same type of game as Monday night. It was virtually a perfect performance on offense. Even your line looked good. I mean, it's crazy. That's the bar to be set. That's the bar, but I don't think we're going to be at that. It's going to be very difficult for Jaden to continue to do that every single week. I just don't think our line is good enough to play like that every week. There's going to be loads of we're going to give loads of penalties away that we, all things like that. So for me, it's kind of like Jaden. If he can be anywhere near that, brilliant. Just don't turn the ball over. That's rule number 1, which he's not done so far this year, which is great. Touch wood, he doesn't do it today. But then also get your playmakers the ball. Simple as that. Get your playmakers the ball and look for McCaffrey a little bit more as well, because I say that the stats are saying that he's getting open about 70% of the time, and nearly every route, which is insane, really, for a guy who's not really getting the ball. So. Let's find him a bit more as well.
Yeah, and it's in his blood. He only been playing receiver like a year and a half. He switched to one off season and played a year. So, that says a lot that he is getting open, especially from that slot position. I'm also looking forward to some more Terry connections. I think they'll have plenty of opportunities against this Cardinals pass defense to get Terry the ball down the field, growing that connection. Also seeing more of Brown.
The Army.
No, not that one. Noah Brown. Seeing more of
the Army. You can stay on the bench, that lad.
Seeing more of Noah get more another week acclimated into the offense. Learning the offense. So kind of see him get open a little more. I think Diami, this is a game that he can get downfield. He can get downfield on this defense. But establishing the run, right? I think the Bengals was putting 8 in a box. They was, hey Jade, you haven't showed that you can see the field the first 2 games. So we're going to put that to the test. And he obviously saw the field a whole lot better. But this week, the Cardinals has to be on their P's and Q's because they saw that he could see the field better than what he did the first 2 games. So is that going to take someone out the box? But I think B-Rob should have a big game today because they rushing defense is not that good. So we'll see. But for me, my number one key is to reestablish the running game. Rather it's Jaden or B-Rob, but most of all B-Rob, so we can work on some play actions.
Would be nice to take those deep shots early as well. I mean, I'd like to see. I mean, it was lovely because that was my biggest thing from last week when we spoke was about that. Jaden wasn't really taking any deep shots, and then obviously he opened that up on Monday and made me look a fool. But I mean, which is fine. The Miami class is a fool, but I want to see that again early as well. I want to see some of those deep shots early, just to keep this secondary honest as well. Because that's the other thing. Because say if we know we're going to be establish the run, just run the ball, B-Rob, they are going to put 8 in the box. Do you know what I mean? So then you can go then you can go deep, but they're going to kind of expect that. If that makes sense, they're going to go 8. Well, we're looking for Jaden to go deep, whereas you try and play it early as well and use play action a lot as you mentioned. Then I want to see some of that early doors. That maybe the first 1 or 2 plays go deep, even if you don't even complete it, just go deep. Just to keep them honest.
Yeah, to keep them on their heels. Yeah, for sure. Hawk, what's good, buddy? Good morning. It's been a little bit. Cash is in the building, limiting the 20+ yard plays. Like, I agree. But look, man, like
how are we gonna do it though? That's the thing.
Yeah, we might as well just be like, you know what?
Marvin, there's your 120-yard game, 1 touchdown only though.
Yeah, hopefully keep him on 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
And then with Kyler, like we have to get him down. We can't have him back there running around.
We got to finish plays, man, as well on defense.
We got to tackle
plays, man. We
got to tackle.
Plays.
Yeah, so we definitely got to limit those plays.
I mean, you mentioned Connor as well. If you just do half-ass tackling with him, you just run through you. So you got to get him to the floor. You got to tackle hard with him, and and wrap up. Forget these stick plays. Forget these hit stick plays that we're trying to do. If you noticed that,
Luvu and Quan.
You're like, what's going on, lads? Just get over it.
I mean, but like Luvu and Quan, like especially Luvu, that's just who he is. Like he's gonna try to hit stick you every single time. That's why he led the league in missed tackles last year. Because that's just he's going to come extremely aggressive. And Quan looking like he's starting to do it too. It's coming up and hit sticking people, which is fine. But make sure you got some. This is the difference last week with the missed tackles is that the defense was rallying into the football. So when we had a missed tackle, we had like 2 guys right there to kind of clean it up. So in that case, you want to come up, put some shoulder on the guy. Just make sure you got some backup that's right there with you.
That's it, man. It's the same. It's so difficult because you can say, well, how do you fix the corners? How do you fix the rush? Well, the thing is, we know our rush is not great. We know our corners aren't great. And it's like, well, okay, then, well, how else can you actually change it? How can you stop those, limit those 20-yard plays like Cash is mentioning? It's kind of like you're trying to think of it like it's got to be some sort of it's got to be scheme, hasn't it? If you haven't got the best players, you're gonna have to have like a better scheme. Outthink the thinker, if that makes sense.
And to that point, Scouse Witt is 0-3.
Yeah.
He is 0-3.
Yeah, he hasn't been good, man. He's not been good.
He's 0-3 as far as the mind and the IQ matchup with the offensive coordinators. He's definitely 0-3.
100%.
I don't know, Hawk, man. Yeah, I think originally De'Ami was because we didn't have Noah Brown yet when we made that move, but De'Ami is like wide receiver 4 now. He's right back to wide receiver 4.
Yeah, as soon as Noah Brown come in and did a few nice catches, that's it.
Yeah,
back down. Yeah.
Have to be able to run the football better this week outside of Echo Tester. The numbers aren't good. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. The Bengals, they came into that game like, hey, look, Jaden is a rookie. He's not seeing the field. We're gonna stack the box. We're gonna take away the run. We're gonna take away B-Rob. We're gonna kind of keep Jaden in the box. Not let him get a lot of. But he was able to see the field a whole lot better than he did weeks 1 and 2. So I wonder how the Cardinals, because the Cardinals don't blitz much. They send 3 and they zone everything back. They run a lot of cover 3. They run a lot of cover 4. So Jaden might have some time to throw the football. But again, who knows? Because we thought Shane with the Giants was on the guy that blitz, and he ended up blitzing Jaden a whole lot. So we'll definitely see how it goes. All right. What's a knockout player, somebody on the Dolphins defense that you think can really knock this game out and have us off balance?
Well, I mean, on their defense, I mean, I've always been a big fan of Budda Baker. To be fair, safety, really, really good. I've heard he's banged up though. Is he banged up for this week?
He's banged up, but he's playing though.
He's playing, yeah. So
he's playing for a contract too. So
yeah. So he's definitely one of the guys you got to keep an eye on for sure. I mean, especially if we are going to go deep. You know, you got to make sure that he's not about because he will pick you off. So yeah, he's probably the best guy. He's probably the best defender, I'd say, in the whole team.
Most definitely.
Anybody else at linebacker? I can't remember the linebackers top of my head.
Yeah. So when I watched it the other day, a guy that we know Kazir White with Philly, right? Like we know about him. We know about his speed. He can move. He can play. And also this Mike Wilson Sr., number 2, he's all over the place. And he's the Mike. And he can tackle, he can hit, he can cover, he can run downhill. He can do a lot.
He's the rookie, was he? Was he the rookie from
they had
was it this year or last year?
No, Mac Wilson Sr. is from New England, so he's been in the league a while.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he's been in the league. Yeah, he's 26, undrafted rookie. Since 19. So.
Oh, okay. So it's not in there.
Yeah. So when you watch him, because he got that big Wilson Sr. on his jersey, and when you watch him, he's all over the field. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do and how we can contain him. But they have some speed at linebacker. They run a lot of 3-4. Run a lot of 3-4, and they run, like I said, a lot of cover 3 and a lot of cover 4. So I definitely think we should be able to run the football. I think B-Rob is going to have a big day today. Let me see.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting in their from looking at it from their side of things. You know, from the defensive coordinator side.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to stop B-Rob? Do you really want to put like 8 in the box to try and stop it? Because you know we're notoriously known for not being good against the run. So do you do that, or do you still what they have been doing and just like rushing 3 and then playing zone all the rest of the team? So it's going to be interesting because it's going to be a battle of we're going to be it's got a lot of guesswork in it. It's like, well, what are you really going to do? And we're not going to find out until probably after the first 15-20 plays, really. So yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Some spotlight players for me is Luke McCaffrey. I want him to be able to have, his big rookie impact. It's kind of like his coming out party. That'd be good for him to see that on the West Coast, where I believe most of his family is. So I'm sure a lot of them will be there today. And I think he might get kick return duties too. So he might get a lot of opportunities to make plays. So he's my spotlight player on offense. And on defense is Jamin Davis, right? Like, I know. But Burrow is out, and I think as far as pass rushers, he might be the fastest one. And with someone like Kyler, and if you want to kind of some like different spies out there, you want to have more than just one person that's spying. He's someone that has the athletic ability and the speed to kind of keep up and get downhill and keep Kyler honest. So I'm going to go with Jamin Davis today. What you got? Oh, Cash said I will rush 3 and 4 and force teams too.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, to be fair, to see Jaden, because we've seen it before when he does blitz. You know, when he has got pressure on the quarterback and he's that fast, he does get there. You know, it would be. I think we should be utilizing that more, considering that we don't really have any pass rush from anybody else. So why not get him involved? He's athletic enough, so let's get him in there. But you know, I understand that he's obviously the fringe guy, and obviously they want Newton to get that. That's what Newton's getting his snaps. That's basically what's been going on. So, so it would be interesting to see him actually play a bit more and see if he actually does come in as a natural, just a pass rusher. That'd be interesting. So my spotlight players, defense. I mean, for me, it's Bobby Wagner. You know, he's got to. We've got to stop the run as well. We've got to stop Connor. No, because Connor will be a weapon. Yeah. He will be a weapon for sure. If we let them run the ball, they will just keep running the ball. They won't have to throw it. If we don't stop it, they will just keep going to it.
Yep. So, they're going to come out in 11, 12 person, and they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. Yep.
Right down your throat, and you do that a lot. So, but for me, Wagner, let's limit this guy to fucking 2 yards a carry. That's what I want to see. You know. So Wagner, big time for me. That's really got to step up. He's our best run stuffer for against running backs. So him. Offense. I mean, you took my guy Luke McCaffrey. I thought he was going to have a big game today. But for me, I mean, the easy one's to take Jaden, but I'm going to go with Zach Ertz today. Actually, go with Zach Ertz.
Hey, homecoming.
Exactly, homecoming. Exactly, he's playing against his old team. And he tends to do well when he plays against his old teams. So that'll be nice. He's a nice comfort blanket anyway for Jaden for the short passing game and intermediate routes. So I think I'm going to say Jaden's Ertz about 80 yards. I reckon he's going to get receiving today. I think he's have a decent game.
Yeah. Okay. Building good weeks with Terry. Ford, see if we can back by from energy. What you say about Forbes Scouse for the people that joined late?
Oh, with his thumb. Yeah. He's already bad enough. He's bad enough without having a bad thumb. Now he's got a bad thumb. He's going to be even worse, man. I mean, I mean, I don't know about. I don't know what people are going to see in Forbes. To be fair, man, I say he wasn't great when he was 100%. How's he going to be at 70% with his thumb stuck like that? Because he's got a cat
17% is insane. Man. All right, before we get out of here and give our predictions, how you feel about Cliff and coming home? You think he's going to be even killed? You think he's going to be over anxious? How you think he's going to call?
I don't think he's going to be anxious. He seems to be a guy. He seems to be even keel, and then obviously rides the highs quite a lot as well, because you see him celebrate when we do something nice, which is good. I like seeing that from the coaches. I think he'd be fine. I don't think he'd be nervous. I think he is, but he will want to prove a point. Definitely, I do think he'll prove a point. And I think last week was like that's the blueprint. That's the blueprint to actually how our offense should be going forward. How we called it. Keep doing more of that. Just keep doing more of that, Cliff, and we'll be fine.
Cash got it 32-27. Commanders. Scouts, I got it 27-17. Commanders. What do you got?
Wow. Okay. The realist or the pessimist in me, whatever you want to say. It's, I've got us losing 27-24.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, it's a big game Monday night. I don't think the travel had too much to do with it. We're already, I think, the lowest traveled team, and being as though we cut that some more by going straight to Phoenix.
He came straight here, didn't he, to Arizona?
Yeah, from Cincinnati. Yeah. So that part of it, I don't think. But coming off of a big high like that, I mean, it can be a huge fall because that was a historic performance. Like I was telling when we were talking about it last week, you could take that performance and put a gold jacket around it, right? Not the player, just the performance itself, and put a gold jacket around it, because that's something that we've kind of never seen. If we came close to seeing something like that, it was only a couple players that was able to do that. So, and we might not ever see that again from Jaden, but being as though we saw that in Game 3 is very encouraging. What's up, Mo? How you been, man? It's been a while. Any last words, Scouse?
I just hope that if you can produce anywhere near that offensive performance, I'll be very happy with that. Even if we do lose, but defense, man, like there's a lot to be desired there. There really is. I mean, there's no real big highlights for me from the defense at all over the last 3 games. There hasn't been any. So, we've created 1 turnover in 3 games. I thought our team was about arriving fast and turning the ball over.
That ain't happening.
You arrive fast, miss the guy. You know what I mean? That's what happens. So
I don't know. Maybe that's that's where they want to get to, but right now they just don't have the time. I mean, some guys like I said, Louvu, Juan, even Percy, like they've been arriving valiantly when they've been coming up, but just trying to get everyone on board. But at the same time, you just might not have the talent to kind of do that. So that maybe that's where they want. Like, remember he said we got 17 starters? No, I think we got 5.
yeah, if that.
but
and one's getting traded. John Allen, he's getting traded.
Hey, right. Yeah, so, man. But
yeah, I mean, so I'm hoping. So that's why
turnovers and sacks, man. Turnovers and sacks.
And everyone's a turnover battle tends to win the games. So it's important if we can get, even 1 is better than bloody 0. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm looking for baby steps from the defense, but just see solid and be competitive in this game. That'll be nice. Really would be nice. On defense, I mean, offense, I think we're going to be there with them. I think we're going to be okay. I think on offense, but defense, yeah, I'm worried, man. I'm worried.
Yeah. All right, then. We appreciate all of you for watching, getting up with us wherever you are, because I think we have it covered from the Western to the Eastern. We got all the times covered in here, so we definitely appreciate you all time. We know it's very valuable for you to spend it with us. We definitely appreciate it. Remember, Red Zone in the UK every Sunday at 7 a.m. but mostly every Sunday at 7 a.m. We definitely appreciate you all. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. Oh, my bad. Scouse, I keep forgetting. Shout out the 1 Point Safety Show.
Oh yeah. It's just my if you like my dulcet tones, then you can come hang out with us on a Thursday. We tend to do one every week. Normally lasts about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how many questions we have, because we do get quite a lot, which is great. Me and Scott Hartley. You might have heard of him from other podcasts as well, like the Bleeding Burgundy. But yeah, me and him have a podcast together. It's normally live 3. It's not great for the US guys, but 3 p.m. on a Thursday. So it's 8 p.m. for us over UK time. But yeah, everyone's welcome to come and join in, and we always give you a shout out if you put some comments and ask some questions. Then go for it. More the merrier.
All right.
Find us at the 1 Point Safety Show or 1 Point Safety 4 if you type it in next.
Yep. Subscribe. This is them guys. Them guys are good. All right. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound.